Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're gonna be jumping into another session of Epic 7 out today. Got some more summoning for you guys. That's right, this time around we are going to be summoning for Aubade Ludwig, who I didn't manage to summon for yesterday because I was at a little bit of an end of the year and the school year party with some of my coworkers, but I haven't summoned for him, haven't touched him at all, and I'm so excited to see what he can do, especially in Arena and Guild Wars, where I think he can shine the most. In RTA, I think it's going to be a little bit trickier to use him just because there is so much counterplay against people who are trying to just soul burn, right? Bellion being like the #1 unit there, but also the fact that ML Aria is there, and you have a lot of other artifacts such as, ooh, got a 5-star. I was saying the one that last heard a crowd like, so I think Crown of Glory, I think is the name of it. Yeah, super good at just sucking souls away from the opponent. But let's see what our 5-star is going to be, guys. Is it going to be Ludwig immediately? Because I hope it's an artifact. I need his artifact as well. Yes, the Aubade Orb, guys. Absolutely fantastic, because this allows you to start the battle with 10 souls, right? It's like a mini Tag of Hell's Ancient Book, but for rangers. And at the end of the turn, you gain 5 souls. It's just absolutely crazy. It's such a good artifact. Definitely want to keep multiples of these, by the way, because it doesn't say that it's limited to 1 hero per team. So if you run 2 rangers, yeah, you can get 20 souls at the start, and you can just generate souls so quickly. We get a... Ooh. Was that a... I didn't think that initially showed up as being a 5-star, but okay, I'll take a Doctor's Bag. Actually a fantastic artifact. You guys know Bunny Dom out there right now, super good unit because of all the extra turns that people are taking with Arnell, with you know, Rinnock, with Salome. Bunny Dom stonks have definitely gone up. But yeah, Doctor's Bag is one of the best artifacts for her. What? Oh, okay. I mean, is it me, or did it just not show me that I was getting a 5-star? But hey, I'm definitely not complaining. Aubade Ludwig is acquired, guys, and that means we are gonna jump straight into his showcase. Okay guys, let's go ahead and take a brief look at Aubade Ludwig's build here. Went ahead and plus 10'd his skills. One for the skill 3, you know, you definitely want to max that out for the 85% chance to land your debuffs. Unfortunately not 100% chance, but if you have the new set, the weakening set, you definitely can get there. His passive also needs to get maxed, of course. You want that 20% combat readiness gain, and his skill 1 is just all damage, so I didn't really bother with it because most of his damage is going to be coming from his fixed damage, not his actual stat line. And so I ended up SSSing my Ludwig here with a bunch of spare Ludwigs I had laying around, and this is currently what he looks like. About 200 effectiveness. I'm on the Aubade Orb for his own artifact there, and his soul generation. We'll test it out, see how it goes. It's not 100% chance, but currently don't have a max, so can't do anything about it. The other thing I actually do not have is a single piece of weakening set gear. I've been farming throughout the entire weekend, and every single piece ended up just flopping, so I slapped on a speed set, and now we're just dealing with a speed set and a pursuit set. The pursuit set, of course, is to give us that extra fixed damage so that he could potentially nuke even more things with his detonation using souls, right? So let's go ahead and test him out in some arena matches. Well guys, for our first match here, I actually didn't quite expect to see a Frieren on defense so soon, but I really want to test out Ludwig against said Frieren. The reason being that Frieren has that barrier that prevents her from taking any sort of damage besides fixed damage, and so let's see if this kind of works out for us. I don't know. We're bringing Zio because I brought in all 4 mages because I need some souls, but I brought in Zio specifically so that we can outspeed this Arnell, and then we can push up our Shepherd of the Dark DN, right? When she takes a turn, all should be pretty good here. And I don't know who to necessarily go for right now, honestly. I think we'll try to get rid of the... Trying to get rid of the Coley here. I kind of don't want to take some damage from Coley. She'll stun everybody, right? Hitting RNL is kind of a bad idea just because she has evasion, and you're likely not going to be hitting her. Sealing won't really do much here either, though, although... Still going to go for it. Actually, this might actually take out the Frieren, now that I think about it. maybe not the best showcase idea. Actually, you know what? This is perfectly fine. Let's see what ends up happening here. Arnell taking down my Witchermere Tenebria. Yeah, I went a little bit too aggressive with cleaving, but I guess, you know, Ludwig could be a potential option if your Shepherd of the Dark DN is not available. Alright, my Ludwig did snap out a Fear, which means we can skill 3. Now, keep in mind that when you skill 3 here, it actually isn't an attack skill. So much like Witchermere Tenebria skill 3, you can inflict bind and all that stuff, right, with no issue, except she resisted somehow. Did she 15% everything, or is this just the wait, huh? I mean, we were supposed to dispel, block, and silence? I don't know how we missed all that, but anyway, we're gonna go ahead and just skill 1, and regardless of whether the attack hits, we should be able to deal some fixed damage here. So Arnell does have a big chunky barrier, but that was pretty satisfying. Hang on just a second. This could be a little addicting. Alright guys, let's jump into this one here where we don't necessarily have any real soul generation on our team. We're also up against Lady of the Scales, which I'm not too fond of, but hopefully we can, you know, get rid of the immortality and stuff on my opponent's side with Ivana. Let's try this team out here. Estelle, not gonna be doing all too much because the ML Politis, but hey, Arbiter Villager with that evasion, being such a strong DPS unit, right, in all sorts of content right now. He's actually one of the best DPSs in the game. Yeah, I want to see how Ludwig fares here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put up the debuffs, right? We ignore damage sharing, which is fantastic. I actually don't know if this works with Ludwig's fixed damage. I don't think fixed damage, like, kind of works with this, but we'll see. He's going to skill 3. This is all fine. We actually have immunity on our units now, so Bibulus can't really do anything to us. I'm gonna skill 3 here, and hopefully we get a chance to, you know, double our soul count. That'd be awesome. I also love when he opens his eyes and there's that little, like, ding, that little bell sound. Oh, so cool. Love it, love it, love it. It's so epic. Do we skill 3 with the Bryceria here, actually? I don't see why not. Let's just go for it. Let's just rip it. See if we can get some damage onto the opponent's side. We have ignored damage sharing, so everyone's gonna take a good chunk of damage here. Alright, very nice, very nice. Bibulus getting to go. She's going to skill 3, but hey, this is why we got Ivana. We got that immunity up on everybody here. Nothing's affecting us. And if I can get Lady of the Scales' HP down fast. Oh, he did proc her immortality. I don't like that. Boom! He actually took care of the Arbiter Vildred. Did not expect. Wow. Okay, this test is going a little bit sideways here. Not necessarily getting what we wanted to tested, but it's okay. Wanted Ludwig to deal. Oh my God! Wait, Estelle is just cleaning up everybody here. That's a little unfortunate. Alright. Well, Ludwig, let's just have you do that anyway. Extra attack coming out. Boom, little stun. Got the immortality, which means we actually get radiance for everybody here, which is wonderful. And yeah, I guess we generate enough souls to keep us in the game, keep us going. Ivana coming in here dispelling. That's fine. Get rid of Lady of the Scales. Boom. And I don't know, I guess this is to show that if you just want to DPS down teams, you can probably just really easily DPS down some teams. Like, you don't necessarily need Ludwig to deal that fixed damage, cleave, cheese stuff. Like, look how much damage he's gonna do here. It's actually pretty decent for how many limited souls you actually had there, right? Less than 10 souls, and he's already dealing 7,000 something damage. So that actually makes me want to test something else. Instead of just coming in here and trying to nuke people, I actually want to come in and see if Ludwig can withstand like a slower matchup, right? Maybe if I build him, he's already relatively bulky. If we play him slower, will he be a decent answer to like tanky teams, right? Kind of like how you use MLK to just burst down people. Look at this. Look at that damage. It's actually pretty respectable and not bad at all. Let's see if we can use Ludwig in situations like that. So, we have this holy figure in the form of Ludwig here, using radiance and light, right? Accompanied by some, well, maybe we can call a little shady, shadowy figures behind him. I guess Ivana counts, sort of, right? But she was excommunicated, I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna jump into this with a fun little team, and we got Evasion and Notos on the other side, along with Lady of the Scales. So Ivana's still gonna be here, mostly for the combat readiness push, actually, on our end, and to kind of deal with the damage sharing stuff as well. Again, I want to test it. I don't know how the damage sharing is gonna work with Ludwig here, but let's give this a shot first. I'm coming in with Wishmir Tenebria, and again, I'm on speed set because I don't have anything else for my Ludwig, so this is a great way for me to get block onto my opponent, and also hopefully inflict a bunch of other debuffs too, right? That is the goal here. So that Lady of the Scales can't cleanse. There we go, we actually got Lady of the Scales, that's good. Notos is also asleep, which is fantastic. Love to see that. We're gonna use Ivana to push everybody up here. And I am going to use Ludwig's skill 3, right? We need to use Ludwig's skill 3, see if we can maybe strip the Setsuka here, get that silence, would be huge. Lady of the Scales can't do anything. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful stuff, guys. And now DDR can come in and skill 3, let's try to sleep the enemy team once again. And I'm gonna push back up. This is basically a little bit of a control team, just so I don't accidentally deal too much damage to my opponent, right? And then we can try to get Ludwig to actually do what he's meant to do here. Alright, very cool. I will just skill 1. I don't think I need to hit anybody here. I don't really want to wake the Setsuka and stuff, so let's just go for this. Boom. Boom. Good job, Ludwig. Alright. Ivana gets to go. We'll just hit the Lady of the Scales here. Alright, again, we just want to test Ludwig's damage. And here we go. Ludwig takes the turn. Let's hit the Notos, right? We have to ignore damage share, but let's see how this affects all fixed damage. So here's the extra hit. Bologna is going to skill 2 us, which is gonna hurt. Oh! Wait a minute. Did that actually ignore the damage share? Or was that just so much damage that, like, we did that much, right? I don't know. I finished off Lady of the Scales. I'd have to go back and double check, but do we finish off Notos here? Yeah, I do finish off Notos. He's gonna come back with Holy Sacrifice, but that's perfect because then we can kind of control him with DDR and friends. Setsuka is silent, so she can't do anything to our buffs, which is fantastic. Do I soul burn here? I don't think so. Let's just go for a skill 1. He resists. Not that the soul burn would ignore res anyway, so let's go for a skill 2. Everyone's resisting. I love that. Amazing. Hit with another skill 2. That's gonna hurt. Ooh, that's gonna hurt quite a bit. Alright. And I'm hoping... Okay, good. Alright, I'm hoping that Ludwig takes another turn. He should here. Down goes Ivana. That is fine. Let's go for a skill 1 onto the Notos. Alright, we do get an extra attack here. Oh, that hurts. It's fine. Here's a skill 2 again from the Bologna. Man, Bologna is a unit if you don't control, she is going to be able to hit you back for so much. And there you have it, guys. That detonation, pretty satisfying. 10k all around. I do think we were ignoring damage there, but I have to go back and check the numbers. Okay guys, I went back and double checked the numbers there. Notos took like 95,000 damage, so 100% fixed damage doesn't ignore damage share, so don't try with Ivana and stuff. Everyone is just super low health because that Ludwig just deals that much damage, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah, let's go ahead and test out another match here. We're gonna go up against this kind of defensive tanky team, which I think is where Ludwig is gonna shine. You're gonna shine against these sort of you know, bulkier builds, right? And it doesn't mean you have to play slow. I'm playing slow in this case to kind of allow him to take his turns, but if you're playing aggressively into these types of teams, Ludwig can very easily become like a secondary DPS unit that's kind of cleaning up, right? He's providing souls and support anyway to the team. He becomes sort of a hybrid unit, right? He supports the team, he also deals damage, not bad at all. And this, again, the fact that you can get block and silence is just so good. The only unfortunate thing is I'm currently on speed set, which means this is not guaranteed, right? Need the weakening set for this. Highly recommend you guys farm for weakening set if you want to pull him. I think it's just 100% going to be the best in slot for him here, right? But Bystander Huayang coming in, we have Boss Arunka, it's fine, right? We're going to be protected here. Estelle doing some counters and stuff too, which is, you know, exactly what we want. We get a barrier for the team. It's going to be amazing. And here comes a Genesis Roz. We do get damage share, and we have defense penetration resistance with Empyrean Ilanov. I'm hoping the Boss Arunka lives here. She should be tanky enough to live, and then we should hopefully get a barrier with Estelle. Yeah, there we go. Very nice. So we do get a barrier with Estelle here, and the only downside is that right now we have to kind of burst down this Genesis Roz, get this immortality out of the way before we can really inflict damage to like everyone else on the opponent's team. The sad part about this is that Ludwig can't control when you use his extra attack, right? He just kind of has to use it, and so is these circumstances where your opponent has a ton of mitigation, where you don't really want to pop it right now. Yeah, you just really can't control his timing, right? He's just there. He's going to move up that combat readiness bar, and unless this Genesis Roz suddenly loses his immortality here, we dispel it and we get rid of him somehow, then it's really just not going to work out here. I'm going to end up just soul burning because we don't need the extra souls in this case. I'm going to kind of wait for the Genesis Roz to burn out first, right? But there we go. So Aubade Ludwig, he gets to go. His skill 1 doesn't strip buffs, which is a little bit sad. If he could strip buffs here, like you could strip the immortality, right? Maybe finish him off, maybe something like that. We'll finish him off. No more damage sharing, all that. But unfortunately, right now as it stands, we'll still deal a good chunk, but we have to wait. Now, let us see what happens in a longer match, right? Let's say your opponent does have the advantage over you. You don't really have too many great timings with your Ludwig at first. Let's see if our opponent ends up in a position where they actually do take enough damage for us to start mattering here. Genesis Roz will probably go before my Ludwig. I'm hoping he does. Aw, shoot. Okay, well, we're gonna miss another opportunity here because, look, now we have so many souls again. Can we finish off the Lady of the Scales? That would be kind of good. Alright, let's see here. How much fixed damage are we gonna do? Do a little extra attack. Oh, that's not bad. Finish off the Lady of the Scales there. Yeah. Let us go for the Genesis. Actually, we can just go for anybody. Genesis Roz will go down regardless. There we go. Alright, so now let's see Ludwig with what? Literally 1 soul, because I don't think we procced our Aubade Orb the last time. Otherwise, we'd have like another 10 souls here. But we didn't proc. Let's go ahead and just attack the Bison Huayang. That is not the dual attack I wanted, but it's okay. We still get to see how much fixed damage. Hey. Okay, that is actually quite surprising, because did not expect us to deal that much damage there. That's pretty good. Right, Lethal Whispers proccing, because why wouldn't my opponent's Lethal Whispers proc? And I guess I'll just come in with another skill 3. Let's just injury down the Setsuka. I mean, Genesis Roz shouldn't be too big of a threat now. Actually, probably should have saved the Setsuka for the Ludwig, but it's all good. Alright, she is down for the count, and Ludwig gets the skill 3 once again. Maybe we get to silence my opponent. But yeah, if you guys just tank down with Ludwig in the backline, he is a huge danger to your opponent. Like, he's actually surprisingly scary to fight against, regardless of whether he hits or not. Just like MLK Ron, right? He'll deal this fixed damage to everyone. Yeah, and just like K-Ron, he's kind of inevitable. Just kind of sits there. Can't really do anything about it. All right. Genesis Roz unfortunately does get taken down here, but you know Ludwig would have easily cleaned up. Defense breaks don't even matter to him, which is awesome too. Let's go ahead and jump into another match here with a relatively slow team, right? There's a Boss Arunka, Genesis Roz, Perfume Bibulus, and everything too. But there's a New Moon Luna there, right? And she's going to be able to seal us, but that's okay, because I'm hoping that Young Senya is the correct tech here, just for fun. I could go for something like, you know, Infinite Horizon at Katie's and stuff. That's no fun, right? Let's test out some new things here. So, New Moon Luna gonna go, skill 3. This will probably seal the Ludwig, which is fine. We'll take it. Boom. Actually, everybody else is perfectly safe. Actually, hang on. He won't be able to skill 3 to get Dawn for himself now. Ooh, that's a bit of an issue. Alright, let's go for a skill 1 then onto this. Can't really do anything else. Let's see if we can wait until we cleanse everyone. We just need young Senya to get hit here for that to happen. We are going to get debuffed in the meantime, and that is not a good thing. Okay, he's going for the Estelle. That is a-okay. Young Senya, actually, wait a minute. Young Senya got provoked. That is not good. It's fine, though, because if we do end up taking, if we do get hit, we'll take an extra turn, right? So let's go for a skill 3. I'm going to try to cleanse the Ludwig. He seems to be coming up pretty quick on the combat readiness bar. I should probably test him with units that give 50% combat readiness, the swift attack buff. I think that would be kind of nice. But yeah, you can see he isn't able to do his extra attack or anything without using his skill 3, so he is easily kind of controlled in these types of games, where if your opponent can provoke him, if your opponent can stun him, sleep him, right, any of these things, he won't be able to use his skills, right, or use his, get his damage. He won't be able to use his skill 3 and then get his damage, right, on subsequent skill 1s. But yeah, young Senya coming in, we get to cleanse. Get to kind of get some extra fixed damage onto my opponent there too. Estelle gets to go. Let's just, you know what, let's just go for a skill 1 here. I'm gonna play it safe and just get a nice little barrier for the Ludwig. Right, boom, there we go, beautiful stuff. Yeah, see, they're gonna target that Ludwig here, and I don't really like that. It's okay though. Let's go for a skill 1, Yuma Luna gonna come in. Yeah, I'm aiming for that Ludwig again. Alright, so now we can skill 3, right? We get a little heal, we can skill 3 here. Ludwig is actually quite a tanky boy, which is kind of nice. There we go, get that Dawn, and now we have to wait another turn in order to actually take your turn. So, waiting here for that. Young Senya gets to move around, it's okay, because look how many souls we have, right? And the longer the match goes on, the more of these souls you start generating, the more skills that proc, that activate, the more passives like Young Senya here that go off. We're just gonna see more and more souls generate, and it's amazing. Like, Estelle is an amazing soul generation unit. Every time she does her extra attack, or not the extra attack, but her, it's not a passive proc either, gosh, whenever she procs her skill 1, right, it's tied to her skill 1 here, it's just why I'm hesitant to say procking a passive. It's not a passive, but proccing her skill to get a barrier, that gives 10 souls. It's ridiculous, and it can fuel Ludwig really, really easily, right? So let's go ahead and see what he's able to do now that he has Dawn. We're gonna skill 1, he has stuns, right? No other stuns, and look at that, 28,000 damage, guys. That is actually kind of crazy. We'll go into the, Perfume Bibulus, and let's see if we can get a stun here. No stun, extra attack, get a stun. No stun, okay, popping Genesis Frost for just a little bit. It's all good. I think we're in a position where we're gonna be perfectly fine. And he doesn't have a skill 3 either. Fantastic. But yeah, against tanky teams, guys, Ludwig, really, really good. Oh, and there you go, getting that stun as well. This is why I think high effectiveness is just really nice to have, but also why you need the weakening set, because it does increase his chance to stun by 15% as well. And I think that is incredibly useful in the grand scheme of things. So I've been speaking of playing a little bit more aggressively, right? More of an aggro playstyle, and I think we can showcase that here with this Lady of the Scales team with Notos and Setsuka and Perfume and Bibulus. Definitely 4 really strong units, right? Really strong meta-defined units. And we're going to come in with Ludwig, but we're also going to bring in RNL because I want some help in terms of DPSing down whoever's in the front line. Rinok's cool and all, but Rinok does have a disadvantage against Setsuka. So we're going to try here with RNL. I don't think I'm gonna need to actually hang on. I might go into the Perfume of Bibulus now that I think about it. I think that's the best move here. Let's soul burn, right? Let's go for this. Get some damage. No bind. Or sorry, getting the bind. No cleansing and healing, right? Notos is gonna be taking a bunch of damage here. Unfortunately, RNL ignores damage here. Is the only downside to this. That's good. We have some time to generate some souls and everything. Okay, so we do get to skill 3. My RNL almost died to the reflect damage too. That's kind of crazy. Let's go for the skill 3. Boom. Ludwig also doesn't care about reflect damage, which is a great thing. And here's the problem though. Ludwig probably gonna get lapped by this Notos unless we can like sleep him or something. So let's go for a skill 3. And I'm going to try using Witch of the Mirror Tenebria to kind of sleep here. That's kind of her purpose, right? To stop this Notos from going. Let us go for a skill 3. Really hoping that we land some sleeps or something here, because if Notos goes, he kind of dumpsters on Ludwig. There you go. Got a stun. That's all we needed. Got the block as well, so he can't be cleansed. Down goes the RNL, and now it's just Ludwig, who is going to be our saving grace. Who do we go for, actually? Ooh, hang on. Here we can probably... Do we try to... let's go for the skill 2. I'm going to try to get rid of the, what's his face? This Notos here. There we go. See, because then we get rid of the immortality. We're going to go for the skill 1 here. He goes down. Holy Sacrifice. Comes back. Ludwig gets to go. Let's see if we can stun him. Nope. We do get a miss, but we do get the stun right there. Very nice. Get the stun again. Oh my god. Takes another turn, guys. He's just lapping. This guy's going crazy. 2 turns. 2 pops, and that is game. Ludwig, oh my goodness. But yeah, you can see he definitely needs a bit of setup, a bit of ramp up time, but in the end, he is kind of inevitable. Now, here's a bit more of an interesting team. We got Satsuka and Notos on the other side, bring in Zeno to shut down Satsuka's passive, increasing our hit chance by, or decreasing our opponent's evasion, more like, by 50%. Perfume Bibulus, kind of going to be annoying here, but it's okay. RNL also has evasion, which we should be able to play around. I'm going to try out a Pirate Captain Flan and Zeo combo here, because if I can come in here with Pirate Captain Flan and give my team a swift attack buff, I'm hoping that will help the Ludwig kind of turn cycle a bit better, a bit more smoothly, right? I'm going to try to hit the Perfume Bibulus if possible. Now, unfortunately, Perfume Bibulus is not going to allow us to really get the Pirate Captain Flan proc here. Ludwig will... actually, it didn't really quite work out, right? I'm still going to go for the skill 3. Get that Dom buff. Arnell is going to come and potentially fear us for our Pirate Captain Flan, which is going to suck. No, actually, never mind. We silenced. Actually, maybe this worked out a little bit better than I thought it would. We have to Soulburn here to stun. Boom. Good bomb. Very nice. We're going to skill 3. I'm going to try to land a bomb on everybody, push everyone back a little bit here. That would be kind of nice. Alright. Didn't quite land as many as I had hoped, but that's alright. We're quite tanky on our Pirate Captain Flan, so we're still going to be alive. I am going to go for a... Just going to go for a skill 3. Why not? Just pump out some damage against our opponent. Alright, weaken that Notos and everybody there. Okay, Zeno goes down. Bibulus procs. Uh-oh. That's not good. But thankfully, the Ludwig with his block, right? Okay, so now... Not the right timing. I wanted the swift attack buff to come before the skill 3, so then we can skill 3 and then quickly turn and cycle around and skill 1. But this actually kind of works out for us here, because if I go ahead and hit the Notos, for example, I should be able to get a ton of fixed damage, especially with Rupture right now. We'll do that, and boom! Look at that, guys! Everybody's gone! That is so fast and so satisfying. But look, Ludwig gonna turn cycle around, and look at this. We're just gonna be able to do it again. Lap the Notos. He's not gonna be able to do anything here. And there you have it. Super fun unit, guys. Let's go for one more, because I want to see if we can do that swift attack buff before we skill 3. Alright guys, last try here to try to get Ludwig to go with the swift attack buff. We're bringing in like low DPS units like, you know, Witch of the Mirror Tenebria. Zeo's going to be going first because he's contending with RNL, and I'm hoping that the Pirate Captain Flan can just get her passive going, and we should be good. There's a Mort on the other team, which kind of weird, but hey, guarantees that their Estelle won't counterattack, at the very least. We might get stabbed by Mort, but it's okay. Let us go with a Soulburn here. We could attack... Ooh, we couldn't technically attack anybody we want. I want to get rid of a buff, right? So it's either Estelle or Mort. I don't really want to hit Notos because we don't get to push back here. So I'm just gonna hit the Mort, I guess. He's gonna be a little bit annoying to deal with, but yeah, let's go for this. If he comes back with Holy Sacrifice, could be super annoying, but there we go. Boom, look at that swift attack buff. Boom, Ludwig jumping up because of his combat readiness gain from his passive 20%, because we have more than 10 souls. And now, Now we get to skill 3, block and silence. This is really nice for cutting in front of things like RNL, other openers on your opponent's side, and then shutting them down. And yeah, we don't have a 100% chance to land these buffs, which is kind of sad, but that's also why we have Witchemir Tenebria to kind of help us a little bit here. I think I will go for a skill 3. There's no reason not to, especially because RNL is already silenced. Even if we don't cut here with our Flan, we should be able to get these buffs. Oh yeah, debuffs. There we go. Yeah, Witchemir Tenebria actually takes another turn. Let's go for a skill 2. Don't want to deal too much damage to these guys, but do this anyway. Alright, get that rupture in there. Very nice. We're gonna do a little skill 3 action. Let's see if this will help. Ooh, a little bit more rupture, right? Oh, Mort's actually gonna try to get a little barrier for people. Kinda sucks. It's only for himself, but it's fine. Alright, Ludwig gets to go. Let's see if we can clean house here. We can't really stun the Mort, but we'll still hit him anyway. He's gonna counter us, that's fine. We're tanky here. And here's the extra damage. Boom! Very nice. There's the damage share from Estelle. That's why it wasn't really too impactful. It wasn't like an immediate game-winning, right, play. Yeah, see that Estelle definitely soaking up a ton of damage for everybody. Let's try to bomb the Estelle here. There we go, beautiful. Zio can try to DPS down this Mort, and then hopefully Ludwig can come in and finish things off. We're gonna skill 1 here. I think Estelle actually goes down. Oh! Another counter from the Great Mortelix. And come on, Ludwig, you got this, buddy. Nice stun onto the Notos. And here we go. Another 19k damage to boot. I kind of like it, guys. I kind of like the swift attack buff shenanigans. You can easily use a Pirate Captain Flan herself as an opener if you build her fast enough, but mine is just not. But yeah, let me know, guys, what you think of this new Ludwig, Aubade Ludwig, in the comments down below. Really liking how he's playing out, and he's just a ton of fun. The debate now is going to be, do you summon for him or do you save? Because we're officially in summer season, and Smilegate tends to drop a lot of limited summer units during this time. So let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.